Hello, Blizzard fans! This is FalconPaladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between Railgan and Lethe on Echo the Ladder Edition. This is another replay submitted by Railgan. And if you submit a replay to me at FalconPaladin.com, I can pretty much guarantee I will cast it. And you'll be famous because I have about 30 to 40 viewers per video. In the bottom right, we have the red Zerg player, Lethe, the enemy. And in the top left, we have the blue Zerg player, the hero, Railgan. Now let's see what's going on in the ZVZ game in Legacy of the Void. Wow, hatch first here for Lethe, feeling very, very brave indeed. Actually, both players going hatch first, so never mind. I feel like your bravery is less if the other player is doing exactly what you're doing, although nobody's really scouted, so nobody knows that's what's going on. Did we just blind 15 hatch in ZVZ in Legacy of the Void? Is that what's going on here? Because if so, that is a brave new world, and I feel very, very scared about it. Both players pretty much going the same build. Got gas, getting their spawning pool, getting workers. That hatchery just about to finish. Is this some crazy like Ravager build I don't know about? We'll have to see. Again, we'll see if there are any variations whatsoever on the builds between these two players. But right now, it's hatcheries, it's workers. The spawning pools are up. Queens are coming down. A little bit slower is Railgan. His queen is a bit slower to get out. Both players getting zerglings, although Railgan getting 2, while Lethe's getting 4. I don't know if those are defensive or offensive. It looks like they're going to be defensive. Kind of sitting here. Here comes the Baneling Nest, though. That's different. Baneling Nest best for Lethe. Spine Crawler coming up for Railgan, feeling a little bit defensive, perhaps. Perhaps knowing what is coming. Can we get this Overlord? Yeah, Overlord snipe. That's a big deal for Railgan. Good job there, because it kind of, yep, it did supply block Lethe. It can often supply block the other Zerg player for quite a while, and in this particular matchup, it is so important to not be supply blocked, because you can get flooded with lings at any point. Zergling gets in here and kind of gets a scout off, but not really. Here we come, 2 more lings that are scouting out. Are we making more and more lings here? The Baneling Nest is up. Yeah, 6 lings now. We're going to slow things down. Did we get speed is the question. Do we have speed on these lings? Where are these lings? Yeah, we do. They're fast. Alright. So, Baneling available to be morphed from these guys. 24 lings coming on out. This is a scary deal for our friend Railgan. What's he going to do? He's going to do that wall off again with the evolution chamber. He has the spine. Are we going to do another one? Has he scouted at all? I mean, I guess he's going to get up here. He does see the Banelings morphing, so good job by him. But, oh, huge Baneling hit. Gets a bunch of Zerglings, maybe 5 or 6, which again can be enough to lose you the game. So, what are we going to do in response, Railgun? He's getting roaches. Excellent choice. Banelings do not fare very well against roaches whatsoever. Are they going to be out in time to deal with this, though? We are being chased by Lethe's lings coming right up this ramp, but there is a spine that's going to help a lot. But all these lings, are we going to make Banelings? We're going to morph in? No, we're just coming in right in with the lings. A full wall off, though, with evolution chambers. Railgun recognizes what is happening. Are we going to morph in Banelings to try to deal with this is the question. And a Spire coming up for Lethe. Going to follow this up with Mutalisks, which again do well against roaches. So if this attack doesn't work, oh, canceling that evolution chamber, feeling like the roaches can hold the line. But no! All the lings get right on in. Baneling hits going down, not doing a super great job, but there are so many lings here. The roaches doing what they can. The Spine Crawler as well, up to 5 kills, but it finally explodes. A small group splits off. Gonna snipe down this queen as well without some good micro by Railgun. Is she gonna live is the question, and she does, but only because the lings decide to go after workers instead. So Railgun's still alive. It's 42 to 43 harvesters. He didn't take too much damage there. How many drones has he lost? It looks like just 3, so not too bad. I think we can live with that as a Zerg player. Railgun says, huh? I don't know what he's confused about. That was a pretty standard Baneling attack, but either way, mutas are now coming out for Lethe. Does our friend Railgun know that they are there? No, he hasn't scouted at all. He doesn't know about the Spire. He doesn't know about these Mutalisks that are coming. The Overseer is going to help with that, though. Here come the roaches. I've been in this spot before as a Zerg player attacking with roaches while mutas are coming out. And it feels like I kind of lose those games because I don't have air defense back here, just like Railgun does not. I mean, a single queen is not fantastic. Spores would be super helpful here. But the mutas have actually revealed themselves, going after this Overseer, preventing the scout. Oh, yeah, Overseer sees nothing there. And another Muta's going to town on these roaches from above. I don't think there are enough to actually kill them, but Railgun decides to try to go home anyway. He doesn't have roach speed yet, so this is going to take a while. I think the Mutas are going to kill several of these roaches before they get home. All the Overlords are running for their lives to the safety of this Spore Crawler, and a Hydralisk Den coming out for Railgun. Good choice here. Hydras are very good against Mutas, assuming the number count is fairly even. depending on how things go. It used to be you could get infestors out and basically fungal growth the mutas into place for quite a while and then pick them off with the hydras, but not so much anymore because fungal was nerfed and doesn't last as long as it used to. The mutas are going to force a cancel here. I don't think we're going to do anything to stop that. Railgan would like to keep his third, keeping it here for as long as he can. Are we actually going to get Hydralisks out before that dies? Production tab says no. I don't know why he's waiting so long. I mean, I guess it is keeping the Mutalisk's attention elsewhere, and it did actually. The roaches came out and forced these Mutalisks back. His third base does survive, again with not very many hit points, but still alive nonetheless. Here come the roaches coming right on up. They're going to say, I don't care about you, Mutalisks. A good surround here by the zerglings, though. Going to do a lot of damage to these roaches. Roaches snipe the queen, doing a good job. They do have +1 attack, which is nice. And more drones are getting destroyed by these roaches. The Mutalisks are doing what they can, but they can only kill roaches so quickly. And the burrow move. He does have burrow and the burrow move ability. Excellent play here by Railgan. Although the Overseer is here, so never mind. The roaches survived a little bit longer than they would have normally, but in the end, they all get cleaned up. How many workers? 13 workers lost there by Lethe. And Hydralisks are out now, but the unit count is going to show an interesting story. 13 Hydralisks in comparison to 14 mutas. I feel like the Hydralisks would probably win that fight, especially with queen support. We'll have to see. The mutas are coming to finish the job at the third, just like Railgun knows that they will. And here we go. Hydra's doing a lot of damage. Queen's here as well, and the Mutalisks got to get the heck out of there. There they go. Moving back a little bit. The creep is still here, man. Be careful. Ooh, losing 2 more Mutalisks. Unnecessarily. Gotta pull back farther than that. Actually turning around trying to snipe down roaches. I don't know if that's a great idea or not. Range attack coming up for the Hydralisks as well. Pretty much going Mutaling at this point. Researching centrifugal hooks for those banelings. So Mutaling, baneling are probably what we're going to see in store for Lethe. Mutas hanging out, regenerating, doing their thing. Very, very happy here, flying up and down. Hydralisks trying to get a good angle on the mutas, not quite able to do so. I mean, this kind of blocks their path, and the Mutalisks are being babysat fairly well by Lethe, keeping them alive. We'll have to see what else is going on back here. More and more Hydras. Are we transferring? What are these drones doing? Drones, what? But there's still minerals. I mean, I guess there's only like, what? 400, 500, okay, like 1,500 minerals here. Probably leave more than 2 drones to mine this, but 3 drones, I suppose. But instead, we're going to fully saturate the third base instead. Mutalisk's doing a good job sniping down this extractor, also killing a couple harvesting drones. This is a pretty big mutaflock, really intimidating. How many mutas is it? It is 16 Mutalisks. Doing a good job stopping the gas production at this base for Railgan. He's a little oversaturated on his base for the minerals now, just because these are gone. I think we need to push. Railgun needs to get out here. I think he can handle the army of Lethe if he does a push right up the middle. It looks like he's going to do so, killing overlords in the process. That does not supply Lethe, or supply block Lethe. However, banelings are coming in, though. Banelings destroy Hydralisks. If we can actually keep the Hydras alive and the banelings don't kill everything. Good splits, though, by the Hydras. Banelings doing a pretty good job rolling. There are so many, though. Killing a bunch of Hydras, not very many left, and Mutaflock is able to clean up what is left from those Hydras. The roaches try to get in and kill what they can. Sniping queens is nice. Do we get it? No! 6 hit points left there. Killing so many workers. These roaches destroying what they can at this natural base before they die to all of these mutas, trying to run out. They are faster. Are they faster than mutas on creep? It's pretty darn close. Burrowing, excellent. The burrow actually increases the regeneration on the roaches as well. Here comes the Overseer and reveals them, but they pop back out, manage to get a couple more drone kills before they are completely destroyed. And we are actually researching a Lurker den at this point. So Lurker is an interesting choice. We'll have to see what happens here. How many drones lost? 4 drones lost for our hero Railgun. Meanwhile, 33 have died for Lethe. He's lost a ton of workers. Zergling counterattack coming up here at the third, but the roaches and hydras are ready. No. You get out of there, Zerglings. You can kill that drone, but that's about it. You need to get back on home. Mutalisks trying to do some harassment over here, but there is a single spore crawler. You'd be surprised how well a single spore crawler can deter Mutalisks from harassing in Heart of the Swarm. And actually, nothing much has changed, so Legacy of the Void as well. Small group of hydras. They do have +1/+1. The mutas are +1 themselves, but I don't know if you should have run from that. I guess that is a pretty big number of Hydras actually waiting for reinforcements. More and more coming on out. How many mutas are in the flock now? It is 20 Mutalisks. A big deal. Hydras though, pretty scary. I mean, this is what? How many Hydralisks? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So they're outnumbered 2 to 1 by these Mutos, but they're still pushing these guys back. Okay, more reinforcements showed up. This is more of a fight. Overseer getting sniped down. Good pickup. The Mutos are abusing their mobility, though, going back and forth across this debris. Mutos, Banelings coming in, killing so many Hydras again, though. A sneak attack from the backside. All of the Hydralisks are dead. The Roaches get surrounded as well, and Lethe with the big Mutalisk Zergling ball moving on in. The swarm splitting up a little bit. Lings trying to come in here and kill all of these workers if they can. There is nothing defending. There we go. The Mutalisks do get chased away, though, by those Spore Crawlers. Again, just a couple Spore Crawlers do a good job. The Lings actually going to clean that up first, killing these spawning Hydralisks. Are they, though? Actually, they are surviving. So well played. Hydras coming up here. More and more reinforcements popping in. And actually, I think all these Mutalisks are going to die unless they get out of there. Good micro, though, keeping them alive a little bit longer than they probably should. Trying to snipe down this base best they can. I can't believe this base has lasted as long as it has. And burrowing all the workers to keep them alive from the harassment. An excellent choice there by Railgan. I research burrow in my games, but I often forget to use it. Either way, good job by him doing that. We have more and more Lings moving out across the map, coming onto the creep, so they are visible by Railgun. The Mutalisk's heading home, actually. So 3 base to 3 base. Zerglings kind of splitting up, trying to do some scouting. I don't think they're going to get too many kills whatsoever, and no, they get cleaned up by that Queen. Another group coming up, getting acided to death and spined to death by the Hydralisks. And the Roaches. Creep spread, not fantastic, but again, against Zerg, not as important. Having the vision is nice, but the fact that it actually causes the other players' units to move faster is not good for you either. So, morphing in some Lurkers. Lurkers actually shred Zerglings very, very nicely, so I think it's a good choice here by Railgun to do that. Trying to replace the Spore Crawler, but a little bit late, I have to imagine. We're going to snipe that down. Sniping down a Hydralisk, not actually getting the Spore Crawler. This Spore Crawler as well, not quite ready, but good response by Railgun, getting the Hydras in there to shoo these guys away while the spores are going to finish, and there they go. Finish number 1 and finish number 2 just in a couple of seconds. We are researching Carapace ground. Interesting choice. Where is that? Oh, Ultralisk. Okay, so chitinous plating. Ultralisks are coming out. A single Ultra coming out now. I wonder how Lurkers do against Ultralisks. That is a question I would like to know the answer to. Again, they do plus damage to armored. Right now it's 36 to armored, which is quite a bit. Ultralisks have a lot of hit points, though. They have a lot of armor at the same time, so it mitigates a lot of that damage. But we will have to see what happens when Lurkers meet Ultras. How many Lurkers are on the field right now for Railgun? Just 2, so I guess maybe it's not a fair fight, but what is that thing? Oh, Overseer Cocoon. I've never seen that in the Units tab before. Kind of creepy. Either way, more and more harassment from these Mutalisks. The Hydralisks pushing them away as best they can. They are very fast on creep. Not so fast off creep. More and more Lurkers getting morphed in, though. And here come the Lings. If we burrow these Lurkers, a lot of these dudes are going to die. Burrow! Burrow, Lurkers! Burrow! Ultras coming in, getting right up in the face of these guys. Lurkers, yeah. I mean, I can't really tell if it's the Hydras, but eventually the Ultralisk does go down. More Baneling hits. I don't know how well they connected there, though. There are quite a few Hydralisks left and a bunch of Roaches. Taking a 4th base now is Lethe, feeling very, very safe. I feel like if we pushed out with these Roaches and Hydras and Lurkers, we could probably kill that. But right now, it's pretty much anybody's game. I mean, Lethe is 106, 133 for Railgun. His supply is a little bit low, but a lot of the supply for Lethe is tied up in these Ultralisks as well, which I don't think are super cost-effective against the composition that Railgun has here. But he's continuing to make Ultralisks. Is he getting those upgrades, or is he already maxed out? Where are my Ultras? Here are my Ultras at. 6 armor right now. Roach is getting right up in front, tanking a lot of the damage. Hydras in the back, though, just do so much to pretty much everything. Banelings rolling in, getting destroyed by the Lurker. Excellent choice there. Kiting back. Did actually manage to destroy every single one of those Ultralisks. More and more Lurkers being morphed in. It's now 103 to 81. I think that was probably in Lethe's favor. He has this 4th base now. It's not fully saturated. There we go. About 14 workers. That is much, much better. The income tab. If we take a look at the income tab, does show about 1,000 minerals per minute for both player, 500 gas. So fairly even. Again, 53 to 54 harvesters. Not much going on in the main base for either player at this point. Pretty darn mined out. More and more Ultras coming out, though. Lethe's sticking with this strategy as best he possibly can. Are there any Ultras on? There's nothing here. Holy cow, Railgun, do some scouting. There is literally one Ultralisk on the field for Lethe. He has nothing else. He's been droning. Okay, 2 Ultralisks now. I feel like you can kill this with your Roach and Hydra and Lurker army. How are your upgrades doing? +2, +1. Not fantastic, especially not against these Ultralisks that have 7 armor, 6 armor. Not quite 6 and +2 attack, but again, Ultras are slow. You can kite them pretty much all day with Hydras and Roaches as well. And if we have burrowed Lurkers here as well, just not a good position for Lurkers to be in. A lot of ground damage available for Railgun. Perhaps switching back to Mutalisk would be good. The Hydra count is pretty low. We're changing a lot. We are morphing a lot of them into the Lurkers, which do not shoot up. So we'll have to see what happens. A league counterattack coming to the left side sees there's really nothing here. Maybe try to go back into that third base that is still alive. I can't believe it after it was so low to that Mutalisk attack. Trying to catch a Lurker, but it burrows before anything bad can happen. There is a Queen and a Hydralisk here. I think that's enough to actually kill these Lings. Yeah, actually managing to clean it up very, very nicely. And a small bit of a push coming out with a lot of Ultras, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Ultras and Lings pushing out. Again, the Lings are pretty useless with Lurkers on the field, but we'll have to see if they can actually distract some of the damage that originally would go to the Ultralisks. More Lings being produced, 20 Lings, 2 more Ultras coming out. It's going to be a pretty big engagement. Ultras taking down this debris, giving them another avenue of attack. And are we going to see this? Can we see this for Railgun? No, cannot see the Ultras at the top of this ramp, but here it comes! The Ultras coming down the ramp, getting right on top of everybody. The Lurker's getting a pretty good spread, hitting these Ultras left and right, not killing them as quickly as I might expect. The Hydralisks trying to kite back, trying to stay alive, but man, these Ultras do not want to die. They get distracted by this 4th base a little bit and manage to force a cancel their 5th base rather. And all the Hydras, actually they burrowed, they tricked me. Nice job Hydras burrowing and trying to run the heck away. But again, Ultras are fast on creep. They move very, very well. Moving back to the safety of the Lurkers. Lurkers actually don't kill Ultras as fast as I thought they would. A bunch of them are on low energy, but not many of them died. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, like still 6 or 7 left. Pretty fantastic. How many Ultras have died in this match? 6 total. So not that many. They are a pretty big gas investment, though, so you don't want to lose them just willy-nilly. We have full gas saturation here on the 4th base. A 5th base as finished as well for Lethe. Production tab shows more and more Lurkers. All right, so basically we need lots and lots of workers for Railgun, transferring these workers out somewhere. There's not a base here yet. Oh, there we go. Just starting a base. Is this one saturated? It totally is. Okay, so long distance mining from this base. Forcing a cancel there was good for Lethe. He's now at 1, 2, 3, 4 mining bases. I guess 3 mining bases. The natural is also mined out as well. Railgun just kind of sitting back, making Hydralisks, making Lurkers. This is the composition of choice for him. It's 157 to 134 supply. Kind of a strange game. A lot of transitions, but right now we're pretty much stuck on Ultra Ling with Overseer support, so we can actually kill those Lurkers next time. And a single Infestor, a couple Infestors. Maybe for some infested Terrans. He hasn't actually researched Neural Parasite yet. It doesn't have enough energy for fungal growth. Does he? 4 and 5. There we go. Enough energy for fungal. That could actually keep those Hydras in place long enough for the Ultras to shred them where they stand. Another base coming up for Lethe. Holy shamoly. Here we go. Ultras leading the charge, coming right on up. There are a lot of Lurkers, though, and good spread on those guys as well. But the Overseers say, you can't hide from us. Hydra's trying to take these guys down, trying to bear some of the damage so the Lurkers can kill these guys. A fungal going off, not really hitting much of anything. The Ultras are forced to retreat. There are a lot of Hydras here. The Hydras do have +2, +2. The Ultras not really interested in going back in there again. 13 mining workers here now at this 5th base. So it's 1, 2... Again, 2 mining bases here for Railgun. Not a good position to be in. Lethe has more mining bases, more income coming in right now. His Ultras, are they fully upgraded yet? No, they are not fully upgraded yet. Where the heck are those evolution chambers? Let's do a search for them. There they are. Still available, +3, +3 for the ground melee attack and ground carapace. But either way, both players kind of sitting back at this point. Spore Crawlers going up. Are we still worried about Mutalisks here? I do not know. Lurker sitting here basically for defense. Any Ling counterattacks will get shredded by these 2 Lurkers pretty darn quickly. Another base coming up for Lethe. He has not really been attacked for a while. He has a good reason to feel safe. Another base here. Take the gas at least. You're pretty gas-starved, Lethe. Mineral-starved as well. How many workers do you have? Only 44. Drone up a little bit, friend. drone up a little bit, max out. You'll be able to resupply this army faster than you are right now. So Lings, Ultras, Infestors. Infestors leading the charge. I don't know how I feel about this. They die to these Lurkers pretty darn quickly. Lurkers alone, not very good, but with support of these Hydras, not super bad. I mean, it's not a darn effective composition, but if you run into these Lurkers, this Lurker attacking this debris, I think by accident. I don't know if that was on purpose, but either way, attacking this debris, the spines are coming up and destroying it piece by piece by piece. Overlord scouting, he's going to see this base and possibly recognize how many bases down he is on Lethe. Small attack over here with the Lings, again getting cleaned up. There are so many Lurkers everywhere though, but again giving enough time for the Hydras to come in. That Overseer goes down. If we can snipe down that second Overseer, that might be nice. Spore Crawler accidentally sniping down the Overseer, almost getting it. Wow, so many Ultras dying. The Lurkers doing tons and tons of damage to those guys. Ultras forced to retreat at this point. A bunch of Queens, maybe to spread creep. Get to work, Queens. You're looking a little bit lazy. Nothing being produced at all for Lethe. Spire coming up for Railgan. Perhaps he wants to go Broodlord. That would be pretty good against this composition, I have to imagine. Ultralisks, good transfuses there on those Ultras. Ultras cannot shoot up. Ling counterattack coming on in, killing stuff of no value. Yeah, those Lings did nothing whatsoever. Did we scout the Spire? Where is the Spire? Where is the Spire? There it is. No, did not see that in the Zergling counterattack. Didn't actually come to this base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 base Zerg to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 base Zerg. Again, you'd think the 7 base Zerg would win, but this Ultra composition, I just don't know if it's going to work out. Switch it up. There you go. Corruptor's coming out. And the Greater Spire as well. We are going to see Broodlords actually here from Lethe, while Railgan is getting the Greater Spire as well as some Vipers. Vipers would be good to yoink the Ultras into the Lurker attack, into the Lurker crossfire. But I don't know if that's the decision at all. We'll have to see what the choice is at this point. Greater Spire about to finish here for Lethe. I think we're going to see Broodlords. Lurker attack here at the 7th base. So many drones actually going to die. Snipe, there goes another one. It takes him forever to kill buildings, but it's a pretty big detriment to mining with these two guys shooting up spines from the ground. Railgun knows what is up. Ultra's coming to respawn with an Overseer. Overseers are kind of slow. Another attack over here with this Lurker killing a couple, nope, just a single drone. No big deal. Are we going to kill this base before the Ultras can respond? It looks like we are. The Ultras kind of going back and forth, a bit of a ping pong match here, and one of these Lurkers is going to get a building kill. Well played, Lurkers. Broodlings don't know what to attack, but they cannot see these Lurkers at all. This one, I think, is not in a good position to survive much longer. Is there an Overseer coming? Yes, there is, right there. Ultras are like, ow, ow, we're getting poked. We know who's causing this damage, though, because the Overseer is here. Bam, bam, bam. Three-shotting that Lurker and killing it. Another attack with this Lurker. I feel like Railgun's kind of just messing around right now with Lethe. Even though he's down so many bases, he's killed so many workers. If we look at the units lost tab, 65 workers have died for Lethe. That's like an entire game's worth of workers in most games. A Spine Crawler wall coming up. Interesting choice. Broodlords being produced as well. Morphing those guys in. A total of 3 on the field. 1 more on the way. But so gas-starved is Lethe. I don't know if you can afford this. Lurker with 22 kills. That is a veteran Lurker, or rather a metamorph Lurker is the official title. Are we pushing up? Yeah, Ling's pushing up. Counterattack here. The Vipers are coming up as well. Ling's trying to get the heck on in and see what they can see. They're getting a scout off. There's really not much to kill here in the main base. They see the Greater Spire. Actually, go right the heck after that. They try to kill that as best they can. Excuse me as I turn my head to cough. But either way, they're going to kill it before they can actually destroy that Greater Spire. Ultra's coming all the way home to deal with like 4 Lings. Not fantastic play there, Lethe. Come on. What do we have? Big army with Broodlords, with Hydralisks, with... There we go, with some Lurkers coming on down as well. This base is not long for the world. The Ultralisks are way out of position. Bringing up a Spine Crawler wall of his own is Railgun. Good choice. The base does go down. All the Broodlings die as well. Where is that? Oh, here we go. Here comes the Burrowing Spine. These drones are in the wrong place at the wrong time. They get killed immediately. Here comes the push, though. Broodlords coming on in, launching down their Broodlings. I mean, these rocks could probably be destroyed just to make this battle a little bit easier. A yoink on the Broodlord, a yoink on the 2nd and 3rd and 4th Broodlords. Every single one of these are going to die to the Hydralisks. Another one dies. Oh man, that was just painful. Excellent micro there with the Vipers. They go back home for additional energy. All that's left is these Ultralisks. Broodlords for Railgan raining down again. Lethe calls the GG, and Railgan is victorious. Kind of a weird ZVZ. Both players a little bit more passive in the mid to late game than I would expect, but man, in the end, we had Broodlords, we had Vipers, we had Lurkers, we had Ultralisks and Lings and Queens, and it was a pretty good battle there to wrap the game up. So either way, this has been FalconPaladin. Thank you so much for watching my cast today. I appreciate it. If you want to submit your own Legacy of the Void replay to FalconPaladin@gmail.com, go ahead and do that, and I'll be able to cast it. At this point, I don't have too many submissions, so it shouldn't be a problem to get you up on the channel as soon as possible. But either way, you can also follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook to catch information about my latest casts. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.